This is Matthew Iklé, and I'm CAIO of SingularityNET. Today, I want to share with you a short update on our progress in our efforts toward creating an AI domain-specific language, or AI-DSL for short. First off, the big news is we successfully obtained funding from our Cardano's Catalyst Fund 7. This funding will enable us to continue the second phase of our work. It will enable our team to concentrate on solving the many technically difficult problems that we will undoubtedly encounter along the way. Given this high level of technical difficulty, I can think of no better team than the one we have gathered to help pursue our goal. Our technical lead is Dr. Neil Geisweiler. His off-the-charts brilliance and ability to continually come up with new creative and out-there ideas never cease to amaze me, and will continue to catalyze our efforts. Supporting him, we have two other outstanding researchers. Samuel Roberti is a recent graduate who worked in robotics and used the Idris programming language. Sam is providing detailed Idris expertise, as well as a solid foundation in homotopy type theory and dependent type theory. These ideas will serve to form the background of our Phase 2 registry and program synthesis efforts and will enable and improve the ability of separate programs to connect with and call upon one another. Rounding out the core of our team is Dr. Deborah Duong. Her outstanding background is in evolutionary programming methods, and she will be working on creating the foundation for the next phase of our AI-DSL efforts. And in that stage, there will be so many API combinations that we're going to have to rely upon more self-learning mechanisms for all of our components. And that includes the registry, our program synthesis, and our ontology creation. In addition to our core team, Dr. Kabir Vietas, who's CEO of NewNet, he also helped develop the first phase of AI-DSL and will be able to help us out on an as-needed basis. At this time, I'm also excited to provide a high-level overview of some of the ideas our team is currently pursuing as we begin the next steps in AI-DSL development. And perhaps most importantly, in how all of what we're doing will ultimately impact the SNet AI service marketplace and beyond. In working through the next steps, we identified two key properties to help guide our Phase 2 development. The first is ease of implementation. In Phase 1, we really only considered the very simplest of toy problems. We demonstrate the ability that it's possible, but now we're kind of facing this more difficult, inherently difficult problem of composing programs together. And this means that we have to ensure that the output of one program precisely matches the expected input of the following program. And this explains some of the reason why we chose Idris, so we can more easily ensure and prove whether expected outputs are indeed correct. And the second key property is that we considered is how it benefits, how our development benefits the broader SNet ecosystem. As we thought through kind of these two desired properties, we came up with focusing our efforts on simpler machine learning algorithms that prove useful across a broad array of SNet ecosystem services, including Rejuve, Singularity, DAO, Mindplex, NewNet, and so on. And so we're going to begin by considering algorithms and working with algorithms for handling and manipulating data inputs, for carrying out simple analyses, for example, linear and logistic regression, variational autoencoders, and creating simple classifiers. Even within these simple examples, there's quite a breadth of data types to consider. And so we may or may not end up restricting our efforts a bit more, but hopefully that provides a bit of background to you in what our current thought process is. And again, our idea here is using these basic, simple Lego building blocks, so to speak, to create our more complex real-world applications across our spin-offs, which is the ultimate goal of phase 2. And then following this, in the next phase, as I alluded to earlier, is now how do you get these to learn on their own, self-learning, to connect, because there's just going to be a combinatorial explosion that we can't consider everything. So if you have any thoughts or questions on what we're doing, how we're proceeding, please feel free to contact me with those thoughts, suggestions, ideas, and so on at any time. And thanks for listening, and to the Singularity and beyond. Thanks.